Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Stasia. Yes, we're sitting in my bathroom. This is where the light comes in. Today we are going to talk about the next rune, which is pronounced Uruz. Uruz. I usually say Uruz, but it's really like the and ug. And it's the second rune. So last time we did Fehu, which was a beginning, which was an initiation, it was wealth, it was property. Fehu would be like cattle as finances. If you didn't watch that video, go back and watch it. So Uruz next to that is actually power. It's strength. And it's meant to kind of look like an oxen, right? Or a bull. Actually, in the Viking time, when this runic language was used more, this was signifying I think they call them aurochs, which were like bigger than giant bisons. So they're these huge oxen-like, bison-like creatures that just were like raw power, right? And they could just bulldoze through. So this energy is like bulldozer power, raw, primal, not chaotic though, very like focused. Like an auroch could be hit with a bunch of arrows and not even be concerned with it. So this rune is representing, in this progression of the fourth rock, remember there's 24 characters we're going through, 3 different lines of 8 characters. So there's a story that's unfolding. So we have the manifestation with Fehu. We have the property, the wealth, the abundance, almost like what you're going to do with it kind of thing. And remember, it's tied to the end of the fourth rock, which is your ancestral inheritance. So now we're in this new flow, but now the power shows up, which I would also call your kundalini or your life force energy, your primal, raw, your chi. In the runic language, they would say you're owned, like your power. This represents your power, your will, your driving force that is like the unstoppable masculine force, just like an oxen or a bison, like plowing a field kind of energy. So it does signify work, like focused, powerful energy going in a direction purposefully. Okay, this would also be connected to our personal drive toward either an inner discovery, like if we really need to like get to the bottom of something within ourselves, emotionally, mentally, circumstantially. This is that driving force that like pushes through. It doesn't listen necessarily to all the haters or all the criticisms, those bouncing off arrows, right? Does not care, is focused on the end result, that it knows discipline and action in a single pointed direction is going to be the most powerful, is the energy of Uruz, the second rune. So it can also represent strength, that is healing in the body. Now there's another rune that's associated with healing that we'll get to later, but it's a more feminine rune, Laguz, but right now at Uruz, it's masculine. It's like the will to heal, right? It's like, I had a friend once, some years ago, that I guess he was my boyfriend at the time, and then we broke up, and then I found out that he had cancer. And this is his story. I'm not saying this will be your story, but he was given only like 4 weeks to live. It was terminal, and he had like kind of just given up on his life and was letting himself go a little bit, right? And I mean, I knew him, and I was into all these alternative medicine, and I had all these great ideas of things he could do and cleanses and things, but he didn't have any Uruz around it. He didn't have any will. He wasn't strong about it. He was like giving it up. And he ended up asking for this is kind of a long story, but he asked for a plane ticket, one-way plane ticket to Hawaii, because he thought he would like to die there. And so he went there, and he like quickly ran out of money, and he was still alive, and he found himself living with this person who allowed him to stay there, who was herself healing from some chronic illness and on a macrobiotic diet. And she's suddenly got an inkling that he was dying and that he didn't even want to live, that he was like letting himself go. And she's like, whoa, I can't have a dying person here. I am enacting my Uruz. I am healing. I have the will to live. I know I can get through this. And so she like kind of kicked him out, and he was confused. And he tells me a story. This is quite a long time ago, but I still remember very clearly, and this is a great example of Uruz in action. He was out in the pineapple fields, and he was looking at the way the pineapples grew out, this big thing on this little stem, and he was thinking, this seems impossible, the way this pineapple could grow. How does this pineapple grow like this? And then he got it. It like had the will to. It had the strength. And in that moment, he decided that he had the will to live. And he decided in that moment, I will live. I will heal this. In that moment, he enacted Uruz. Now, this is way before my kids were born. My oldest is almost 18, so this is a long time ago. I'm aware this person is still alive on the planet today after giving a 4-week, time to live. So Uruz, our willpower, our strength, that driving force that is our life force. Okay, so ways you might use Uruz or Uruz, I always want to say ooh, like if you are feeling down or someone's feeling powerless kind of thing, like you could just draw the rune on them, like on their chest or on some wristbands, or on something you're going to wear, or how else might I use it? You could write it on your supplements to kind of like fortify them, right? If you were in a difficult situation with a person, again, you could journal the Uruz symbol. Remember, the runes are more than just symbols of sounds. They've been used for so long, and the way that they've been used as magic. So even the drawing of it is like initiating some energy into the field around you that does have an effect on it, that can alter it. So again, if you're needing the power to heal, you're needing the strength, needing the willpower, then Uruz is a great rune to work with. You could just draw it on your hands, like with a pen, or in your work area to help you feel strong and focused toward your goals. Just also, like, you could draw it over your head. Not everyone has to put it actually on themselves, but just the act of drawing it on yourself can be helpful too. So let me think if there's anything else around Uruz. Again, I will reiterate that it is a personal journey with the runes. So I'm giving you a basic outline of the energies that I've experienced and studied also. But as you work with the runes, as you draw them out yourself, and I recommend working with them one at a time, just the way that we're presenting here, and for a few days or a week or so to be with this rune energy. See where it's showing up in your life. See when you ask for more of it, what happens to your vital energy, what happens to your reality when you are consciously intending to work with or ask for the energy of Uruz or any of the runes. So I do have a couple of fun, links if you want to study more about the runes. Runesecrets.com was one of my favorite go-tos, but I don't know if the site is totally working. I do have another book in the other room. This one, Runes Made Easy, Richard Lister. Let's see if he says anything else about this particular rune. Building a relationship with Uruz, he suggests embracing your wild nature, exercising, going in nature, being active, and recognizing that's what you're doing, right? I said a lot of this stuff already. Oh, a good point he makes is you can fortify other runes. So if you're working with another rune, like you're drawing the rune for abundance, Fehu, that we've already worked with, you could draw also Uruz or Uruz with it to fortify or strengthen that energy. So this is where we get into a little bit of rune binding, which is like drawing two runes together. And you can do that. You can draw the Fehu, which is the line like an F with two going up. And then you can take the straight line and draw Uruz off of it, or any way that you're inspired. You might use one of the Fehu lines to draw Uruz. So you can find both runes, and your intention while you're doing so is the rune binding. It's like a magical spell in a way where and it just really means you're bringing your mental powers together to focus, which really is the power of Uruz, is that focused, strong bulldozer energy toward your goal, right? Which in this case would be, if you were working with Fehu too, you are strengthening and fortifying the foundation of abundance and your property and your wealth, right? Those are great too to work together to carry you through the story of the rest of the fourth arc. So we will get on with that. We are now just past a full moon in Gemini, and whoo, that was a doozy. So if you're watching this just after I'm recording it, welcome to the other side of that. We are in the window now to the final moment of gateways to solstice, which is the winter solstice coming up on this Saturday. And so I will bring that big amethyst cluster out that's been being blessed each of the portals. And if anyone feels drawn to it, then let me know. Otherwise, think about this week as you're working with Uruz, whenever you're finding this, but if you're finding this video close to the solstice or one of the other major portals or chakra points of the year, dilation points of the year, you can think about how this energy can work for you, how the Uruz rune can fortify and strengthen, first of all, right now, our ability to look at our shadow, our ability to move through old heavy pangs. Remember the arrows that Uruz represents, they cannot be criticized. They cannot be penetrated or bothered by the arrows that people are shooting with them. They're just raw strength. They're just raw power. They're just energy, fortification, like wild rawness that's focused toward a goal that works. It's the energy of work and action and working and, bringing something forth. And we get to the fruition later with Jira and so forth. And challenges are along the way, right? But this is us accessing, which we need to at the beginning of any journey, is to first recognize it's a beginning, recognize what provisions we have, that's Fehu. And then now we access our life force energy. Where is it? Does it need to be fortified and raised before we continue more down this journey? And that's great. Uruz could also mean like a vision quest time, a time where a man or a soldier or a warrior or a woman or whoever is feeling the need to go to the next level can harness that energy by just going off and feeling oneself, right? And this is also the energy of like the warrior going out and going to the battle. However, remember, like with this power comes responsibility and consequences. So depending on how you put your energy forth and out there is going to determine the force that's coming back to you. So to be responsible with that energy is also, the mature use of your power. Okay, I think we're going to end there today with Uruz, the second rune. Thank you for joining me. If you would like your own personal rune reading, or you would like to know what your personal runes are, reach out to me. We can set that up. Or if you would like just a basic reading or another kind of session, you can go to my website, blissinthehouse.com, or comment below, or you can send me an email. My email address is down below. Yeah, thanks for being here. We'll see you next time. Much love and many blessings on the longest nights of the year in the north. Just to the other side of that, coming with returning the light on the solstice. I can't wait. Much love and blessings.